Welcome to So You Want to Be a Real Estate Agent. Are you evaluating your career in real estate? Feel like you're ready for a fresh start? Or ready to take your career to the next level? This is your podcast. Welcome back to So You Want to Be a Real Estate Agent. I am Meredith Fogel here along with my co-host, Alicia Soikawa. And today we are talking about, we're going to do a brief episode right now, talking about creating your board of directors. This was an idea that Alicia brought to us after having sort of one of those synchronistic, I think, encounters with someone who
Yes.
kind of came into your life in an interesting way and brought this idea to you. And I thought it was fascinating. I thought it could apply to certainly every real estate agent listening and also to any business owner listening, maybe
Yes.
people as well. So what is this all about, Alicia, creating your board of directors?
So I'm going to preface this by, I got this idea from a business person that I met back in the days when I was a drug rep at Amgen, years and years. We went through basic training together, basically. And he's just a brilliant, brilliant individual. He left earlier than I did and started a home healthcare business and has grown and sold businesses. And he finally sold his recent business for, upwards $26, $28 million. And he sits on many boards and he helps and advises people and is just done wildly successful. And of course, he's had many bumps along the way because he's reached in. So let's all preface that there's no such thing as a road to success without bumps and failures, which we've talked about that. And anybody says not, they're lying. And it's the Instagram reel that you're seeing that's bullshit. So,
yeah.
But I wanted to preface that by saying that. So we had a call and once in a while we'll check in and how things going. He wanted my feedback on a new company he was doing on marketing wise, what my opinions were being in the real estate industry. He was doing something on home improvement. And I thought it was really cool that he reached out to ask about like marketing stuff, like what was my thoughts about this. And we kind of shared and we got on a call and we spoke for about 2 to 3 hours, actually, just catching up. And he was like, do you have a board of directors? And I literally laughed hysterically because I'm a small boutique brokerage, just as you did. When I shared with our mastermind, I was like, why would I have a board of directors? It's me, Michael, and my admin and some agents. Like, it's the most ridiculous thing, right? He's like, well, every successful company out there, right, and nonprofit out there has a board of director, does it not? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so my suggestion is that small businesses or even small two-man shop businesses need a board of directors even more than anybody else. And why it didn't even occur to me was it sounded like it wasn't for us. But when he explained why is what blew my mind, and why you need it, just as a heads up, is because it gives a third party view on what's going on in your business. Mm-hmm. And when you're a small business, you're so close to it, you're in it, it's like your baby. Yes. You don't make decisions in the right way sometimes.
And you can't see the blind spots, right?
No,
like you don't even know.
The optics are not there. There's no optics.
Yeah.
So remember I did a post on like the dumb tax and you have to have optics and so this whole thing is about optics. Is like when you have a board of directors, it gives you better optics and you have to prepare. So once a quarter, you prepare all the questions, what's going on, where the direction's going in, and so they're allowed to ask you questions like, well, why is the ROI on this? So you have to be prepared with your numbers. You have to prepare with what's going on in your business, how the business is moving forward. That means you need to know the financial health of your business, the marketing health of your business, the sales health of your business. What are you doing day to day with your business, your operations? Like you can't hide. And so that's why most small businesses shy away from this. He said it's because it's like revealing the most dirtiest secret of your child to the world. So he said 9 times out of 10, no small business will be like, yeah, I want to do this. Right. Because usually you only need like a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And who you ask to be on your board of directors would be someone that's successful in the business you're in, probably way beyond you, number one.
Okay.
Number 2 would be like a business coach of some sort, a complete different industry, someone that's good at CPA accounting, financial advising. You can think about different things that would add to your business. Okay. And typically you can ask people, a lot of people will do it for you for free. He said, you'd be surprised. People are wanting to help. That's what I was going to ask you.
Like, why would these people want to sit on our board? Like this is me like, thinking through it. And I'm just going to ask you as like, I would, as a friend, because as I'm hearing you say this, first of all, I'm like, that's a lot of documents that it sounds like I have to prepare. I don't even know who I would ask. Why would they do this for me? So
I think it would be, sometimes you pay people, right? Some people are paid and sometimes you can work out something where like, How about, it's a lot of times it's like pay forward, right? Because there's
Yeah.
a lot of successful people out there that are retired and bored out of their brains. They want to help people. You'd be surprised.
Okay. I could see
There
that.
are
Yeah.
people that want to see other people succeed. And I
Okay.
think the thing is, if you don't ask, you're
True.
not going to get anybody. So I
True.
would ask. I think that every person has relationships in their circle, whether they want to admit it or not, of people that probably have done it and been there and that could give some great advice to you
Yeah. Right.
and perspective. And maybe you don't need as many people as you think you need.
Okay.
That's right.
So
You
you
just
said
prepare. So
3
you
to,
would prepare all the questions. Remember, I gave you the questions about like,
yeah.
I don't know, it would be like, what are your finances for the month? What's going on? What is your marketing projections? Like, what do your sales look like? Where's your biggest lead pillar? What is your biggest struggle? So it had all these questions he sent over. This is like a standard one that he would give small businesses. And the whole point is that you would answer all these questions once a quarter or once a month, submit it to everybody and have an agreed meeting date to go through. And you're presenting the data to them. And then they would come back with their feedback to say, like, hey, Meredith, why aren't you doing this? Or maybe you need to fire that person, or maybe you need to hire help for this. Why are you wasting time on that? Does
Yes.
that make sense? And as
Yes.
you grow in the business and they see you grow, obviously over time, if you're successful, then you would probably compensate someone for their time.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So when you're looking at the people, so you said a business coach, perhaps
Mhm,
somebody who is succeeding at a high level in the same industry,
mhm.
and then other people to complement what maybe the like the holes are in your business. So maybe it's a
Yeah.
financial person, maybe it's who else would be a
Someone
potential?
that's an operations person, someone that does
Okay.
operation, an HR person, someone
Okay.
that's like retired that's run a
Okay.
business and closed it. It could be
Mm,
someone in complete different business. They could
okay.
own franchises and pizza shops. And because he said, like, you remember, because like he asked me for advice on something and he's like, I know nothing about what you do, but I just,
Yeah, yeah.
right. And vice versa. Right. So sometimes someone in a complete different industry can give you an insight in your business that you don't even realize needs to be done.
Right. Well, I love the idea of having like a sounding board that's really like very
Yes.
objective and can see things, like you said, from a 360 perspective. All right. So let's go
The
ahead.
beauty of that, real quick, is that when you know you have to present something once a quarter to people that
Yeah.
are going to be like, why are you doing that, Meredith?
Yeah.
You're going to get the shit done. And
Yeah.
you're not going to, that whole analysis paralysis, you're not going to do it because you know you have someone to report to.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why the board is so important.
So to play devil's advocate, why is just having like just a business coach not enough? Why is this board different from that?
Because a business coach is not looking at your business quarterly. Your business coach is
Mm,
someone you talk, it's like a therapist. You talk to that person every week
okay. Okay.
and they're in it with you. They're too close to it.
Right.
And there's a relationship there that's different than you presenting. The other board is just looking at data.
Okay.
It's looking at data that you submit and you're presenting.
Gotcha. Okay. And then as
I
far as
don't think
figuring, oh, go
you
ahead.
could probably have them on there, but I think that wouldn't probably be enough.
Okay. So it's not interchangeable. Is it the same people like for a year or multiple
Yeah,
years?
that's what he said. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. And the reporting, I know he gave you a resource to use. So it's like it's financial, it's goals, it's marketing, it's revenue.
It's like your business plan,
Okay. Okay.
right? Think about it. It's going over your business plan quarterly with a group that's in business, that's objective to ask questions. Why are you doing this way?
Okay. When you
Why
take
not this
people
way?
on, are you asking them to kind of like challenge you a little bit just
Yeah.
to, okay, you are.
So like so he said he would be on mine. I
Oh,
haven't
that's
talked to him
awesome.
since then. He said he would. I mean, I have to fill the paperwork out. I probably wouldn't even look at doing it until April right now because you want the whole quarter to go by and then see what's going on,
Right.
right?
Yes.
But just knowing that, and I think some of the people I've met through the Platt group, I probably would ask them to be on it.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe people from different countries.
That's Tony Robbins
Um,
Platinum
because
Partnership.
I'm in a different group. So I know different people. I could be like, hey, can you spare an hour just to be on this board? And
Yeah.
it's going to be hard probably to find someone that can be all at the same time, right? That's why we have to book it way in
That
advance.
was my other question is how do you
Mhm.
get all these people together? Is a Zoom meeting, I
I
guess?
probably would do it in Zoom unless you have everybody
Okay.
local. I think Zoom is the easiest way to present and to show data because of the way the world is right now. That way people don't have to drive. That's the most respectful way I think of time.
Yeah. Okay. And kind of back to the last episode that we just filmed, which was analysis paralysis. Let's say you have an idea. So, for example, the idea that you're working on right now, would you take this to your board and say, "What do you guys think? Is this something that seems like it's something I should do or not do?
No, because that has nothing to do with the business I'm in right now.
Okay. But what if
So
it does?
like
Let's say you want to, I don't know, you want to bring on an ancillary revenue stream of some kind that's real estate related or something like that. Is that something you would
Yeah,
do?
absolutely. I would say these are the pros and cons. This is what I'm bringing you. They're probably going to say, what is the projected income from it? What is the projected manpower you need? Who's going to handle the other stuff while you do this? They're going to ask those kind of questions, I
Mhm.
bet.
So
Like,
they're
where are
really
you going
helping you
to,
think
right?
critically through the whole
Yeah.
process.
So that's why he said people don't like it because small business people want to do what they want to do and they don't like having to report to someone on how to get things done. And that's the honest truth.
Yeah. Well, but I think what's great about this idea is that, especially in a business like this one, and where we tend to do like the shiny penny
Mhm.
approach. And this is kind of the opposite of what we were saying before, where just execute, 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 don't wait. In this case, if there's something major that you're considering, having
Mhm.
somebody help you think through it, it seems to me that if you do it enough times, all of a sudden you're going to start to have the capability to think through it on your own. Not to say
Yes.
you shouldn't still have these people advising you, but you're going to grow a different set of skills than you have right now that will help you make good independent decisions and maybe not even have to take some of these things to the board, or come with them in a more fleshed out way. Now you're really thinking like a business person rather than a solo operator.
I think so too. Like, you kind of have to think about it this way: is it's helping you know that you have someone to answer. Because like as a self-employed person, why do people hire coaches for accountability?
Right.
That's for accountability of day to day,
Right.
for your behaviors day to day.
Right.
The board is the accountability for the business.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense? So the
Yeah.
business is its own identity.
Yes. Yes. That makes a ton of sense.
It's
Interesting.
optics. That's all it
Yeah.
is. It's more optics. And the more optics you have, the more you can see, the more clear you can see the map, you can know where you need to go. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You can't see the landmines and the holes.
Yeah.
And what is it he was saying? The poison in between the lines.
Oh man, that's serious.
That's also with contracts. Like you get lawyers, you need to make sure you're the right, maybe an attorney would be a great person.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Yes.
Because attorneys have different thinking than we do. Like
Yeah.
you want people that think differently from you on the board.
Yeah.
That's it.
Makes a ton of
Because
sense.
that you already know what you see.
Yes.
You need to have someone that sees differently
Right.
and not be afraid of that challenge, because that's what's going to make you grow.
Yeah. So for somebody who's listening and is interested in embracing this concept and taking a first step, would you say the first step is do you calendar the first meeting first? Do you get your board together first? Do you fill out the documents first? What's step one?
I think step one would be getting your paperwork in order first. Because if you
Okay.
don't have financial documents, if you don't even have a business account set up and understand what a cash flow sheet statement is and understand income statement, if you don't understand those basics of business, you don't understand what you're netting. And if some people, their business is such a mess that they don't have everything set up,
Yeah.
what are you going to present to all these people that are giving their time to you?
Okay. And what do you say to somebody listening who's like, I don't have any of that. I don't even know where to start.
So I think you need to start with treating your business like a business, not a hobby. So we get business 101. What do I need to get?
Yeah. Yeah.
Account, LLC, whatever. You get a CPA, get your stuff in order, make sure your business is set up correctly, make sure your business account. I would make sure all that stuff is done correctly. What's your spending plan for your business? How much goes towards marketing? How much towards your operations? Who's handling what? Who is responsible for what? What are your standard operating procedures? Like you kind of need to get your stuff together.
Okay. So get a business plan. And you can, again, Tom Ferry gives us a
Yes.
great one that we can use.
Yes. And don't be overwhelmed because it's not that hard. I'm not making, it's not meant to be hard. It's like, just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. This was good. Thank you for sharing this, Alicia. And I hope you guys listening have gotten something out of this. If you have further questions about how to do this, DM us, email us, text us. Alicia, remind everybody what's the best way to find you.
On Instagram at Alicia.rva or TikTok, Alicia Soikawa. I just changed it. So it's confusing people, I
Oh,
think.
you did? Oh, okay.
Alicia
All right, good. Well, thank you for listening. I'm going to let you reach out to Alicia on this one because she's really the person who knows all the details of this. And
I know so much that I know nothing.
but she can help you get started.
I can help you get started. Yes.
All right. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time. So you want to be a real estate agent. We are so grateful you have joined us today. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe to our show or share it with people that you think would benefit. And please remember to leave us a review or rating on the platform on which you are listening.
And if you've got questions about Tom Ferry coaching, have the both of us here, please contact us directly. We would love to answer your questions, or if you're just curious, love to have a conversation. You can reach us at any of our social media outlets or shoot us a direct message.